They very much lived walking behind their mother's funeral, now the grandmother's funeral, but they're at odds. What would she be thinking?
I think, like many others, she would feel it was very sad if we were distracted by the ongoing feud between William and Harry, distracted from what this week is about. And this week is about Her Majesty the Queen. Diana always told me that whatever was going on in her own marriage and her own life and all the difficulties, she still had enormous respect for the top lady, as she called her. She said she admired and respected her and had a reasonably good relationship with her, I think, to the end of Diana's life. So I think she would feel that, and I think the boys feel this too, William and Harry, call them boys, they're not really anymore. I think they too have made it clear that they want all the focus to be on their grandmother, because that's what counts this week.
Jennie, I wondered, in your time working as a royal correspondent, I mean, the Queen was always famous for sort of being mischievous and a sense of fun. Did you get to see that on a regular basis as the royal correspondent?
Well, I think she certainly, and Prince Philip, enjoyed it when things went a little bit wrong on a royal tour, because a royal tour always has a pattern, a routine, a familiarity, a tedium about it, really. And when things went awry, for example, we were in Canada and it was absolutely freezing cold. And a cultural display that was put on for them went on and on and on, and their noses went redder and redder. And then they were put on a barge to go across a lake. And halfway across the lake, we heard it go and just stopped. So now they were not only frozen, but stranded in the middle of a lake in the middle of Canada. And they had to be towed to the shore. And afterwards, the Duke of Edinburgh made a speech and said, first you tried to almost freeze us to death, and now you've stranded us in the lake. But they both were chuckling about it and thinking it was quite funny. So they had a great sense of humour, both.
Everybody will say the Queen was a stickler for detail. She knew what was going on. She'd read her red boxes. And although it'll be the Duke of Norfolk who'll be organising the funeral, do you think she will have had influence on her own funeral? Certain things that she most definitely would have wanted to have happened?
Oh, yes, I think absolutely. It's a bit of a royal tradition that they know that their funeral is going to be a massive national occasion. And the Duke of Edinburgh had plans for his. And similarly, the Queen Mother and the Queen, yes. There will be music, which she will have chosen. Her Scottish piper, that will be one of the most poignant moments when the lone piper gradually, you might remember it's the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral at St George's Chapel, just exits slowly and you hear his lament fading into the distance. That would have been her choice. So various touches we shall see, which will reflect back on her own personality and her life.
Jennie Bond, thank you so much indeed.